Well, howdy folks. How's everybody doing tonight? Want to show a bike that well, I've had it for a little bit, and it is a 1969 Yamaha Trailmaster 100 YL2, and it's it needs some love. However, it is pretty complete. So there is, well, not much of a story behind it, but the tires actually still have air in them. Probably can't say they're the greatest, but I don't know exactly what color it was. It kind of looks like it may have been that orange color, but it may have been repainted, but I see orange on the subframe. I seen, this is definitely not the original fender, but there is on the ears, the headlight ears, fork ears, there's some orange. But if it was orange or red, they did have a red one, then the tank would have been red and chrome. The chrome is shot. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. However, on the bright side, I do have a title for it. This thing is April 2nd, 1982, and it is the matching serial number on the head right there. I know you ain't gonna probably make that out, but okay. Now this came with a box of parts, which I have kind of in the back. I drug this out the other day. I was totally baffled about, I knew I'd had a head. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's an engine. The numbers matching. You know, the numbers, as far as I know, the numbers back then, the engines did not match the frames. But I was looking around because the engine was, the parts that I had, it was just pieces. I didn't think it would ever run. So I lucked out, found this on eBay. I think it was eBay. I looked back at my purchase history, and maybe it's Facebook Marketplace, I can't remember. But as you can see there, it's an L2. So this is the proper 100cc engine for that bike. So, and this thing is a 12 volt electric start, believe it or not. Okay, now here is the original. I finally found the heads. I had taken them off and put them in a container somewhere. This was the head that was in the bin of parts, and I believe if you look on this, it's kind of hard to see if you can even make it out. There's a 5 on there, so I think this one was half over. So here is the head that came on this engine, and no, I'm kind of confused as to what came where. And maybe it was, yeah. This is the piston. This is the piston that was on there, because that took me a bit to get off. But I have this head right here, and I'm guessing I bought a piston. I don't really remember, but this one fits this one like a glove. And I do have a set of rings and a wrist pin, but I need to get the bearing. And I was looking at the documentation online, which I'm kind of confused on. I'm going to have to reach out to Dale on, because they show a washer on either side of the crank here, and there was no washer on this one. So I have no idea about that, but I'm guessing I need to put a lever on here to see if it actually shifts into gear. The Kickstarter does work. It does kick it over. It's actually fairly clean in there. I know the side cover's got a big hole here, which I do have a replacement side cover, and then I have the other cover, which I need to get the plate right here. But this thing's pretty cool. Just get online and Google a 69 YL2, and these things are pretty sharp. One thing it is missing, and there are dual sprockets for this. There's a big one and then a little one. The big one is for dirt riding, trail riding, stuff like that, and then this is the street one. And a lot of parts for this thing are still available. Bon, say hi. These side covers and everything, these decals that go here. I think I even seen some rear shocks. The rims, yeah, they're a little rusty, but I think with some SOS they'll clean up. The muffler, The air box is intact. It needs cleaned. Muffler's in decent shape. There's no, it may have one little blowout right there, which, you know, had to dig that out and maybe put some weld in it and clean it. But this is pretty sharp, man. I don't think it's got the spark arrestor in it, and it's definitely full of crusties. Yeah, it may be shot, I don't know. Yeah, one step at a time, man. Before I go, I know this lever's broke. You can see where it's broke right there. This is the clutch, the choke, and these levers do work. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer because, and I don't know if this year had turn signals or not. I think it's wired for them, but it says low and high right there, which is your headlight, and then left and right over here, your turn signals. This is a push button electric start, as well as kick, and I'll get a hold of a guy on eBay. He says he can make keys. I've got the number from off of the front fork lock. Let's see if he can make a key for it. If not, that's easily sourced, and it looks like the voltage regulator is sitting inside there. Here is all the wiring, and it's not been cut. I'm missing a spade connector there, but yeah, this is going to be one heck of a project. I might have to reach out to Dale about the piston, see if he has a clue on that, because I know he's working on a twin, Yamaha twin 100. So, and it may take have the same rods in it, I'm not sure. But, and ask him about where he gets this stuff chromed, because the handlebars would clean up decent, and I could just paint the tank, I guess, guys, and call it a day. The front fender, I can get it in chrome. I've shown two different variations on the fenders, chrome and just this gray color. So if I don't want to go the chrome route, I'd have to buy the chrome one and paint it. But anyway, you know, not to rattle on with that, just kind of wanted to show this puppy here. Pretty cool. And yeah, we have an engine and everything, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, this is going to be another project. And I haven't given up on the TC125. It's still sitting right there. I've got to put the head back on it, so, and do a bunch of other stuff. So just thought I'd introduce this bike. This one will be coming down the pike here soon, and we're going to have some fun with it. So catch you on the next video. All right, guys. I thought I'd add a little bit more to this before we actually get to start working on it too much. I got to looking, and it's like, where the hell is the coil for this thing? So I'm looking around the wires here, and I assume it was like a coil wire, and it goes up under there. So went to take the regulator off. Well, that turned into be quite the project in and of itself. These bolts, these screw heads, snapped off. This one I was finally able to get off by heating it up, PB blasting it, vice grips. That one got out. This one, there was not enough left of it in order to get it out, so I kind of drilled it out. I got to retap that, which I'll show when I get to that point. I found the coil. It is, I don't know if you'll be able to see up in there. I got light coming in this garage here. But the coil sits right up in there. And I'm guessing these very crusty bolts here. There's one there, and I think there's another one. Nope, that's the only one. And then there's two up here. That must hold that on. So I'm going to have to have fun trying to get that out of there, because I'm going to have to clean out inside here so I can shoot some paint in there. It's pretty rusty. And one tool I do not have is an air nibbler. So I'll look into that. What else did I discover? The exhaust. Yeah, I thought it was in better shape than what it was or is, and it's not. It's got a big blowout right there. There's another blowout on the other side. The issue that I'm having is, I did find one on eBay. It's a little over $100 with shipping. This piece right here, I don't know it's kind of, if you can even see it, it's kind of rotted away, and I don't know if the inside of this, so much junk keeps coming out of it. But this is the head, the jug that was in the box, and it was pretty rusted right around these rings here. So I took my Dremel with a diamond bit, opened up these here, and I can get it to thread on, but the other head, the head that actually came on it, which was this one with the half over piston, these threads are fine, but if you can see where I got my finger, where it's a little bit lighter and darker, that's how far that muffler is threading onto it. Now, since this is a YL2 Trailmaster 100, I thought there might be a lot of similar parts between it and, say, the Trailmaster 80, which there are some, not a whole lot. I mean, the oil pump is the same. I did find this piece in my Trailmaster parts, but there is a washer, kind of a, yeah, I've got it buried back in the box. There's a washer that goes in between the, sits down in that screw in the exhaust head, the tip of it, and screws into here. And even when I put that washer in there and crank it down as tight as I can, there's still a lot of open, you know, it moves. So that is definitely going to leak. So I think once I get farther down the road here, I want to make sure that this engine is good. I did check the shifter, and it is 4 down, and it does shift down and up just fine. I do have the base gasket on order, so that'll be here. Once I get that, then I'm going to test with this head and see, you know, what kind of compression we're getting. Got to figure out a way to get this thing so I can get some spark on it. And it is a 12-volt system, and I may have a 12 volt coil around here somewhere, though I can rig up a test and see if we can test for spark, which, I mean, I could just take the engine and set it in the frame over there, hook everything up, hook a battery to it, and this thing isn't that heavy. As a matter of fact, I had to fabricate fabricate, fancy term for finding a piece of junk so I could make it fit, because the engine was too short to fit in the stand. So yeah, we got that, and been kind of just scraping some of this stuff off. I really need to take the pressure washer to it, or I may get that steam cleaner out and hit it with some of the steam cleaner and just clean it up. Obviously, I'll repaint this side piece, and then I will repaint this side piece down here. I can still get this cover here and the little gasket that goes in there. And I think that's all I have found so far. I haven't opened up the air box yet. I need to. I want to see if the filter's in there, which I highly doubt, but you can't get those filters no more. Not that I've seen. So anyway, just thought I'd give it a little further update. Like I said, the bike is pretty complete. I am missing the seat, but I have found some on eBay. Can't say they're the cheapest things, a little over $100. I think that's what it was, but it was the complete seat. The one thing I am missing is this cover here. And that cover is god-awful expensive. So one step at a time. You know, I don't want to go buy that until I know that that over there is working just fine, and we know it's going to be something we can move forward with. So that's where we stand, guys, and definitely have to get a new one of these. There's a ton of the right-hand ones on eBay, but I haven't come across a left-hand one yet, but I wasn't looking too hard. I was looking for other parts. And back to the head thing, worst case, if those threads are too messed up to use, I can get a half over piston and rings and just use this. Go ahead and use this cylinder head again. It's perfectly fine. There's no scoring or anything in it. Not that I've seen. So, oh, and here's the carb. We got to take it apart And I'm pretty sure it is the same kind of carb that is on the Trailmaster 80, which I have some carb kits there. I just haven't looked them up yet, opened them up yet to see. We'll do a video on that, taking that apart and cleaning it. So anyway, just thought I'd tack some more stuff onto this before we jump into this. And still waiting on some parts for the TC125 so I can replace the crank gasket on the left side, magneto side. So, all right guys, wrapping this up. Catch you on the next video. Have a good one.